Hey guys, it's Liv here. In today's video, we're going to be bringing you guys a team built around Jumpluff with weakness policy Armarouge, and we have Flamigo as well to benefit off of this. If you guys enjoy the content and you want to see more, leave a like and subscribe for more. And with that said, let's get started. Answer the comment question of the day. What's your favorite niche Pokemon in VGC? Mine is personally a Gastrodon. I think it's a really good Pokemon still this generation. And despite the fact that in Series 1 it hasn't gotten a lot of usage, I think that its time has definitely been setting up for Series 2. But with that said, answer down below your answer to the comment question. And we'll start off with Jumpluff. Jumpluff is the Mental Herb with the Chlorophyll ability. Chlorophyll is just here for whatever, but with the Mental Herb item, we should be able to essentially guarantee get up a taunt, and with U-turn we're able to pop this into our partner Armarouge to activate weakness policy. We have Tailwind as another speed boosting method, meanwhile Strength Sap and Sleep Powder should be beneficial as just good utility options. Max speed to pop this as much as possible, and Retire Rock to help get around resistances. Weaknesses, stuff like Talonflame for example, can get massacred by this, and we can make sure that we're able to get off a strong Strength Sap in those spots and benefit the team really well. We have Terra Grass weakness policy Armarouge. This ends up allowing us to pop the weak armor and the weakness policy in tandem, with the Terra Grass also being a good way to bluff that we might be Flash Fire in case if we bench Jumpluff in a certain game. And people might just think that it's a good Tailwind option with Strength Sap and forget that we might have weakness policy U-turn. With the speed, the 92 investment, we're able to outpace any Pokemon that's not Scarfer in the format that's viable. This is all the way up to Dragapult, which is pretty good. With the modest nature, max HP, max special attack, we're able to just do as much damage as possible. And with the 164 HP, just to be as bulky as possible into the HP stat, just for general bulk here. We have the Indeedee up next with the Psychic Seed and Psychic Terrain. We have the Helping Hand, Trick Room, Follow Me, and Dazzling Gleam. Really just standard Indeedee, and I decided to keep Trick Room on this despite the fact that we have a very fast comp here. Just in the off chance I can't actually pop the weak armor, and there might be a lot of games where I can't really bring Jumpluff, or where maybe a slow Armarouge could be beneficial. And while the fact that we do have 92 speed, I wouldn't call it a slow Armarouge. It's definitely still on the slower end as far as the competitive metagame goes. So I still stand by the fact that that will have some merit here. But overall, I figured this is probably going to be valuable against a lot of different combinations, so I wanted to still bring Trick Room. Up next, we have Flamigo with the Clear Amulet. I'm not really sure what Flamigo actually runs in this format, to be completely honest, but I decided to go with the Clear Amulet here to stop potential Intimidators. We have Throat Chop for potential Psychics that would wall us. Close Combat is really good here for stuff like King Gambit, which is one of the biggest issues that Psy Spam has, and Brave Bird is great for any sort of redirection. This is stuff like Amoonguss, for example, if we can't take it out with Armarouge, especially since we do have Terra Grass Armarouge. We also have Jumpluff as a Grass type, which doesn't have coverage for the Amoonguss anyway. We have a couple other Pokemon that do get fucked over by it, so I want a Brave Bird here as well. We're Terra Fighting as well, just to make sure that we can get rid of any priority that an opponent might be able to land on Flamigo, so I thought that was pretty good. We have Fifthmon, Masquerada, just a Focus Sash set. This should help with the Dondozo matchup, because our team is very weak to Dondozo right now, outside of Armarouge. So we have Sucker Punch, which is great priority. Knockoff is just great for Psychic types, and Flower Trick is a great way to crit through most Dondozos. Really, the only issue here would be Flying and Dragon Dondozos. We're max speed just to be as fast as possible. And our final one on the team should help with the rest of the Dondozos. We have a Terra Fairy Gastrodon with Citrus Berry. Terra Fairy should be useful actually with the Order Up. This is a complete immunity to it, so it stops Dondozo from setting up any further. With Yawn, we're able to put Dondozo to sleep if it's not a subset. If it is a Terra Steel set, we are able to go for Earth Power. If it is Terra Dragon or Flying, I can go for Clear Smog on it, and that's our way around it. So Gastrodon and Meowscarada essentially should be able to cover for both of the others' faults. For example, Gastrodon wouldn't really like taking all, well, Gastrodon could in theory take a Terra Grass set, but it's essentially just going to get walled by it, and if I don't have Armarouge here or Flamigo, I'm kind of fodder. But I guess Terra Grass would probably be the weak point of both sets. The point being though is that with the Terra Fairy, we're able to handle Dondozo from setting up further, and with Yawn, we can put it to sleep while another partner Pokemon takes it out. With that said, that's going to be the team. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys. Hey guys, it's Liv here. In today's video, we're going to be using a team built around Jumpluff with weak policy, weak armor, Armarouge. If you enjoy, of course, like and subscribe, and answer the comment question answer the comment question of the day. What is your favorite niche Pokemon in VGC? By this I mean a Pokemon that you probably only see like every once in a while on the ladder. For me, this would probably have to be Gastrodon. In all honesty, Gastrodon's a great support Pokemon, but you don't really see it a lot in Series 1. A lot of people just stopped running it because of Terastal and all that, but it's still pretty good in my opinion. With that said though, we're going to lead off with Jumpluff Armarouge. It should be able to take advantage of their team fairly easily in my opinion. Meanwhile, we're going to also throw, I'm going to definitely throw on Meowscarada in the back. Should be decent for their Armarouge potentially. And then I think final mon will probably end up being Flamigo. I don't really need Terrain this game, thankfully, because they have Indeedee of their own. And I do think they're probably going to end up bringing it. Thankfully, with this lead combination, I should be able to get around them pretty well, in my opinion. Because all I actually need to do is just go for the... I just need to go for the U-turn straight into Armarouge. I don't even really need the Jumpluff for Tailwind this game. Which should be pretty beneficial, to be honest. They're gonna okay, so they are gonna lead off with Annihilate Mousehold. So in this case, I probably will just go for the Tailwind turn one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go for the Tailwind, and I'm gonna go for the Protect. And if they go for Final Gambit and Jumpluff, so be it. I don't really mind. I think that my end goal should be though to go for the Tailwind first, in case they Final Gambit into the Armarouge. Now they could also beat up, and that's also fine. Just making sure that I'm getting up the speed though will ultimately be more beneficial in my opinion. So what are they going to manage? They're going to go for, yep, they're going to go for beat up. Okay, this is perfectly fine because they're not boosting their speed, and I can still take out the Jumpluff even without the speed boost, as I'll be able to potentially utilize Meowscarada most likely in tandem with this, and I should be fine. They might also just go for like a bulk up turn one, which would be even better. So they're going to go for Rage Fist. They're going to go for Rage Fist into the Jumpluff. Kind of wishing it was Focus Sash here, but we're still going to be fine in my opinion. Because with the Meowscarada here, in tandem with this, I should actually be pretty okay. So we're gonna bring in Meowscarada, and I think that I'm gonna go for. I think I'm gonna go for the. Kind of want to just go for Flower Chick into this, and then I'm also gonna go for the. I think I'm gonna go for the. Kind of want to just go for. I think I'm just going to go for the Heat Wave. Heat Wave, or no, I'm going to go for Expanding Force. Just Expanding Force. I was going to go for Heat Wave for spread, but realistically, they might end up going for, well, not for spread. Well, Heat Wave would have been for spread. I wanted to go for it for spread, but at the same time, I feel like it's just more valuable to just single target attack in case of Terrestrial potentially could have been useful. But sadly, though, we're not going to be able to manage that. Heat Wave would have been really good here. We at least take out Mousehold, which is good, but Annihilate's going to essentially claim another KO here, which is a little bit unfortunate. Probably going to be into the Armarouge, which is just really sad, but we can still make it work. We're gonna still have Flamigo in the back as well as Meowscarada, and they should still actually be pretty useful if nothing else here. So we're gonna bring in Flamigo, and then I'm just gonna go for Brave Bird here. Brave Bird should be able to take out the Annihilate pretty easily, and I can go for Flower Chick into whatever the other Pokemon is. They're gonna go into Indeedee here. Okay, so Indeedee is fine. Yeah, we'll go for. Oh fuck, they're gonna go for another. They're gonna definitely go for another Follow Me here. It's gonna be really annoying actually. Okay, so we're gonna go for Knockoff into Indeedee. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go for Brave Bird into Annihilate, and I'm just gonna hope for no sort of Follow Me. They're gonna go for Follow Me. Okay, then I just need to hope for Meowscarada to KO. The thing is though, is I don't really have a strong way to KO this mon. I could in theory have Terrestrial Grass, I guess, which might have done the trick, but even still, I don't really know. Considering the fact we're not getting a strong, super effective hit. I think their Annihilate just wins, to be honest. I think it just wins, which is a little bit unfortunate. But they have Annihilate in one of their Pokemon. I'm not sure what their last one is. But, again, I think they might win. A little bit unfortunate. One of those things that happens kind of when you run such a gimmick strat. But it is what it is. The two Follow Me Pokemon was really the most annoying part of this. They're gonna have Armarouge now. Okay, that's fine. Well, it's kind of an issue here because I need to take out the Armarouge, which means that I'm letting the Annihilate just kind of run free. And even still, Armarouge is probably just gonna Terrestrial Grass to get around the Dark weakness here. So I think this is just game, in all honesty. Even with my Focus Sash on Meowscarada, they just Drain Punch me, bring me down to like a little bit of health, and I can't KO that mon ever anyway. They are going to go for the Terrestrial. It's going to be Terrestrial Dark, actually. It's, yeah, even more Salt in the Wound. I think that we just lose this turn, to be honest, because all I need to do is click Armor Cannon and Rage Fist. Or Armor Cannon and, like, a Drain Punch. Drain Punch. They're also weak armor, which, again, even more Salt in the Wound. Because they're actually beating me with my own set, essentially, just their Terrestrial Dark. Terrestrial Dark could have been cool, actually. I should have probably looked into that with my set, in all honesty. Because that could have taken advantage of the immunity to Expanding Force here. And that could have been pretty cool. But I was grass to try and bluff the fact that I was weak armor. So, give and take there, I guess. But regardless, though, that's going to be game number 1. Definitely a fairly unfortunate way to end game 1, to say the least. But you know what? That's okay. Sometimes these happen. We're gonna get into game number 2. We'll see you guys there. Peace out. All right, and we're here with game number 2. We're taking on Azumarill, King Gambit, Meowscarada, Gothitelle, Colossal, and Amoonguss. Okay, so looking at their team, realistically, I feel like I could definitely lead off with Armarouge again, and then go with Jumpluff, bring in DD in the back, and then probably 4th Mon Flamigo. I could also bring Gastrodon as 4th Mon instead of Flamigo, and I think that also was a lot of merit. But ultimately, I want to make sure I have a strong way around King Gambit, potentially. So I think I'm just going to go with that. I could also have benched in DD again. I don't hyper need the, I don't really need the Expanding Force here, but it is useful in certain situations, such as, for example, if Amoonguss and Azumarill on the field, which I feel like is actually kind of likely, considering the fact that Amoonguss could Rage Powder potentially for a Belly Drum Amoonguss. So, I'm not Amoonguss, Azumarill. So I could see that unironically happening. So I wouldn't be too surprised exactly to see that, but we'll have to see. They're going to be all set with their leads. Good luck with one of my opponent. Let's see if we can pull this off this time. I feel like that this is going to be the team that we can make it work on. Realistically, as I said, I think that game 1, the biggest issue there was the fact that they had specifically beat up Mouse plus Annihilate, and realistically, I'm going to be honest, this team didn't have a great way around that. But it is what it is. We're going to go for, you know, I probably should have led off with Indeedee actually, and just went for Follow Me game 1. They're going to lead off with Azumarill. That's fine. We're going to go for the Protect here turn 1. And I'm going to go for the Tailwind. I think I'm going to go for Terrestrial Rock, actually. Terrestrial Rock could be pretty beneficial in case they're going to go for Heat Wave plus Jet. Which might happen, unironically. Yeah, I can't really see another reason to make this lead, so I'm actually going to go for it. We're going to go for this. We're going to go for a Tailwind here. Tailwind should be pretty beneficial in general for trying to outpace their team. Especially with the Jumpluff, I can definitively outpace their Colossal this way. Even after the, well, actually, unless they're like, I think they need to be like Timid Coal or something to outpace. I'm kind of curious. Colossal, I know their base is 30. Just what's the speed like at level 50? So actually, they could outpace. They could definitely outpace, even without being Jolly, actually. So they're gonna Jet the Coal. That's fine. Colossal's probably gonna Heat Wave here, or maybe like a Flamethrower or something. I can't imagine that it goes for like an Earthquake here, but if it does, I guess good play by my opponent. They're gonna go for Power Gem, okay. And they're gonna go for it into the Armarouge. Good to note. Good to note. So we're gonna get a Tailwind up here. Let's see. Aqua Jet, and then Colossal has Power Gem. Okay. So I forgot to see if this had Weakness Policy. It does have Weakness Policy. Okay, good to note. It was kind of obvious for what it's worth, but it's still good to make sure. Okay. So we're gonna proceed to go for the U-turn here, and I'm gonna go for an Expanding Force. Really wishing I didn't burn my Terrestrial here, but it is what it is. If we attack first though, we should be fine because we'll have the Tailwind plus the +2 speed, and at that point we definitively outpace the Coal. If Jumpluff outpaces, then Armarouge outpaces for sure, and we'll pop Weakness Policy here anyway. They're gonna go for Protect on Azu, so be it. I don't really mind. And then Power Gem is gonna go off first. Ugh, okay. And that takes us out. Fucking hell. Okay, I don't think the crit mattered, I'm gonna be honest. Cole again, one of those really bad. What the fuck? Why are we playing like the stuff that, objectively speaking, takes us out? Maybe this team just sucks. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe this team just sucks, which is really unfortunate too, because I saw this core in general really early Series 1, and I want to try and make it work. Oh yeah, Flamigo wasn't on the team, so maybe Flamigo also is just a reason why this team sucks. We're gonna go for Sleep Powder here though, just in case if Cole decides to go for like a Heat Wave and misses or something. It's probably gonna Power Gem the Flamigo, to be completely honest, because it is still a neutral hit, which is just a little bit unfortunate. And then Azu's gonna Jet my Jumpluff because I ended up doing that instead of going for Terrestrial Grass, thinking they would click Heat Wave, because there's no reason for me to Heat Wave that core and do a fire move there. So it would have been something that they, you know, could have easily done. And then yeah, that's definitely not a huge power Ozzy, which is good information for later, I guess. Thankfully they're going for Power Gem still, so they let me get this off. Meanwhile, I can go for the close combat into Cole and at least take that out. So that's something at least. Realistically, in hindsight, I probably didn't need to go for that, but for what it's worth, I'm not really going to gain much else out of this mon, considering I can't really, I mean, if I go for, I could go for Strength Sap to be fair, and Strength Sap would be fine, but I can't really Sleep Powder the Azu because it's probably Sap Sipper, so I essentially need to bank off of doing so on the other Pokemon. Even still, it has its risks, like, for example, if King Gambit comes in, I can't really go for Strength Sap into that because it would gain a +1 every time I did it. So there's still definitely some risk there. They're going to proceed to go into Meowscarada here. That's perfectly fine, actually. What I could do here, I can go for a Brave Bird and I can go for a U-turn, and that should be able to take out Meowscarada. And that'll actually make the field positioning a bit better for me, if nothing else. I could also, in theory, go for another close combat, but I don't want to keep dropping my defenses, and I'd rather lower my HP at this point, to be completely honest. They're going to go for Aqua Jet and Flamigo, perfectly fine. U-turn here is going to break the Focus Sash, and then Flamigo should take this mon out, which will actually be pretty good. We might be able to pull this off, thankfully. Not with Armarouge, though. Don't get it twisted. It is not Armarouge's benefit. Armarouge bombed. Let's see. So the Flamigo should be able to be taken out. Well, it should be able to take out the Meowscarada here. Thankfully, this is Sap Sipper Azu. I think it's really the only way that I have a chance at winning this. Because the thing is, they could have definitely Terrestrial Rocked and then went for a Huge Power Azu and gotten the same damage roll. And not only that, but they'd be able to do actual damage against my team. But because of the fact that they are doing such negligible damage here, I might actually be able to pull this off with Indeedee Follow Me plus whatever last mon is. It's just going to kind of depend on what that 6th is. Because realistically, Sucker Punch on King Gambit will be annoying, barring, of course, the Flamigo. So they do have King Gambit. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go for close combat here, and I'm going to go for Follow Me, and we're going to try and redirect all these hits. I could, in theory, have also Terrestrialed on the Indeedee, which would have given them the benefit of not being weak to Psychic, to Dark moves, but it's still not a huge concern. Their Terrestrial Fairy, perfectly fine. I'll just need to Brave Bird it next turn instead, which still works out well in my opinion. So we're going to go for Follow Me here. And this should redirect any sort of attack that my opponent was going to go for. The question is, though, is this going to be Kowtow Cleave or is it going to be like an Iron Head? Let's see. So they're going to go for Sing, actually, and they do manage to hit that. Really unfortunate hit, I can't lie. But good on my opponent. They're going to go for Iron Head, so they thankfully did not predict that. Okay. We're going to go for Brave Bird here. Actually, no. I'm going to go for Protect here. And I'm going to go for a Dazzling Gleam in the off chance that I wake up turn 1. And essentially what I need to do, I need to... Let's see, so what am I actually going to end up doing here? Because I essentially need this mon taken out. King Gambit needs to go. They're going to go for Sing. Thankfully, we don't let them have that. And are they going to go for Kowtow? Or they're going to go for Iron Head. Okay, beautiful. Flamigo versus King Gambit. Let's see. Okay, so Brave Bird should be able to take this out, thankfully. We're going to go for Brave Bird here. And I'm going to go for Helping Hand just to seal the deal in case it's really bulky. And we're going to hope that we wake up. We do not wake up. Okay, so it's going to come down to how much I do. Which, again, I might be able to take this mon out. We don't. This is like a really bulky King Gambit. Holy shit. Wait, hold on. Why did this say it would do so much damage? Why did it say this? Oh, I selected Terra Grass on accident. God damn it. Okay, then yeah, no, objectively it does not take it out. And then Sing lands because my opponent for some reason can hit multiple Sings in a row. That's a 55% accurate move. Oh my god. This is like utterly absurd. I objectively lose the game though because they landed that Sing. Damn. Okay. Well, that's really unfortunate as well. Okay. For what it's worth, again, probably shouldn't have let off with the Armarouge. I probably should have let off with something else. I think I got a little too trigger happy to try and make the lead work, but again, objectively, I've lost the game at this point. Like, I cannot do anything. They just need to go for Iron Head into Flamigo, and I cannot win. Okay, so they're gonna go for Perish Song here. That makes sense, to be honest. Just knowing their set. They're gonna go for Iron Head. They kill the Jumpluff for some reason, which I'm fine with, in all honesty. But even still, I can't win this game. Because even if they don't have Protecting Gambit, right? They just need to go for Jet into my Flamigo, because I'm a flying type, and they can actually manage that play. They go for Jet, Protect, and then they win. Because this is gonna be turn 2, and it's gonna be turn 1, and then yeah, they win between that and the recoil from Brave Bird, objectively speaking. So we're fast asleep anyway, so they just win Waking Gambit, Iron Head. So it's gonna be unfortunate. We are 0-2 for the day. I should have time for one more match, thankfully, so we're gonna get into that real quick, and I'll see you guys then. Peace out, guys. Okay, and we're getting to game number 3 today. We're taking on Magnezone, Pelipper, Beartic, Moongus, Dragonite, and Glimmora. Okay, so weirdly enough, I know that I kept saying that I overled last couple games, but I actually do think that Armarouge Jumpluff is like a good lead here. I can pretty much, I don't even really need the Tailwind to be, well, I could go for Tailwind, but I don't really need to go for Tailwind because their Beartic should get outpaced by my Armarouge, which is pretty good, especially when I pop the turn 1 weakness policy. I'm gonna bring in DD in the back, and I think last mon definitely not gonna be Flamigo. I think it's gonna be, it's probably gonna be Gastrodon. Gastrodon realistically should be decent here. I could also bring the, Meowscarada. Actually, I am gonna bring Meowscarada. No, never mind. I'm gonna bring Gastrodon. Nope. I'm thinking through. It's definitely Flamigo or Gastrodon. I think I'm gonna bring Gastro, yeah, because Gastrodon should be decent against everything really besides the Amoonguss. But I have the Ice Spam core for that, specifically boosting Armarouge, of course, to beat it. So I feel pretty okay in that regard. So we'll see what happens here. Good luck, have fun to my opponent though, and let's hope that we can get a win today. I just want to win today. I've realized that this core was way too gimmicky for what I was anticipating, when in reality, again, it's one of those things where I think it worked perfectly on the ladder because of what I was testing, and it happened to do really well, which is, again, a little unfortunate because I thought it was a really cool idea, but sadly it has not worked out to the same degree, to say the least. So we're gonna see if we can pull out a win here, though. My opponent's gonna lead off with Glimmora and Pelipper. That's perfectly fine. They're probably Focus Sash in one of these mons. I'm not sure which it's going to be, though, which is going to be an issue. Okay. So, I'm going to go for Terra Grass turn 1, and we're going to go for Expanding Force here into the Pelipper. Meanwhile, I'm going to go for a U-turn turn 1 into the Armarouge. This should outpace both Pokemon guaranteed, and we'll be able to activate a weakness policy this way. If they're going to go for a water type attack as well into Armarouge, thinking it's super effective, we'll be able to at least catch them off guard with this. So, it's a decent 50-50 in my favor. And it's just gonna kind of depend on how my opponent ends up playing this. So I'm really hoping they don't play around and go for Hurricane. It would really suck if this lead bombed 3 times in a row. But who knows really? Who knows what's gonna happen? I have faith that I can at least make this work. But we'll have to see what happens here. So we're gonna at least get our Terrastal off. And this should also mean that I guarantee get my U-turn off here, which is good. So let's see. They're going to go for Wide Guard. That's perfectly fine. It's a little bit annoying, actually, I can't lie. Because essentially, they're going to guarantee wall my Expanding Force. So, we're gonna have to find another way around them. Wide Guard Pelipper is actually super annoying for us. Actually, wait. No, I do have a way around this. Because objectively, I just need to kill a Pelipper, right? That's all I need to do here. We're going to go into Gastrodon. We're going to go into Gastrodon. Because it's not spread yet. I don't know why I sounded so out of it yet. Maybe just because of the fact that we've already lost like 2 games. But if this isn't Sash Pelipper, I should be able to... Yep, beautiful. Pelipper is gone. And then now I can go hard into Indeedee. They're going to go for Power Gem here. Perfectly okay with this. So we're going to go hard into Indeedee. And then I'm going to go for Protect. This way I can go for Follow Me and start redirecting the hits from Glimmora here, which should be pretty useful overall. They're going to go probably in a Beartic fight, I guess. Beartic should be really good against my comp as well. They're going to go into a Amoonguss, actually. So this is also perfectly fine. We'll go for Protect. And I'm going to go into Indeedee here. Because I do need to essentially try and draw in the Glimmora attack specifically, which will hopefully give me a way to actually win this game. So I feel pretty confident we can make this work, actually. It's gonna just depend on... It's going to depend, I guess, if they anticipate that we're going hard into Indeedee this turn, because that will make or break, I guess, the entire game for us, for what it's worth. So, no pressure, but I guess the whole match does kind of ride on having Indeedee in that spot. So, we'll have to see if we can make that work. So, let's see. They're definitely taking their time here. We're going to bring out... Well, we're going to bring back in the Gastrodon, and they're going to proceed to go for... Let's see. Don't go for any sort of I guess, well, I guess what could they go for? The worst thing I could do is Spore. But if they Spore that spot, I'm pretty okay. Realistically, though, I feel like they'd be best off just trying to, I guess, attack into that spot. Well, no, they probably actually are best off just going for Spore. They're going to go for Protect, actually. Protect works perfect. Okay. So Protect is fine. They're going to go for Sludge Bomb here. That's also fine. I'm going to proceed to go for a Dazzling Gleam in tandem with my Expanding Force here. Because realistically, they're probably going to be Sash and Glamora, and I just need to KO both Pokemon. That's all I need to do. And if I can KO both Pokemon, I can put myself in a situation where we could actually make this work. So, thankfully, we're not out of the woods yet. But we're doing a lot better because of the fact that we just got the lead really well. And thankfully, I remembered last second to just bring in the Gastrodon first. Because bringing the Gastrodon first is essentially the only way this has worked. However, it definitely helps a lot. So we will definitely take that. They're probably going to, I feel like they're going to switch out Glamora here. Well, actually, no. What could they even switch out Glamora into? Because even if I go for Heat Wave, well, yeah, regardless, I think I'm fine. They're going to Terrestrial Glamora, actually. They're going to probably Terrestrial on a Pure Rock. Yeah, Pure Rock. Doesn't really matter. Truthfully, this actually helps what I'm going for. Because Glamora should still definitely die to a +2 special attack, Psychic Terrain boosted Expanding Force, and then it's going to definitely get brought down to Sash either way. Yep. And then, if anything, this just makes it so Indeedee is no longer going to be going for a resisted hit, which, again, didn't really matter here. That wasn't really the issue they had. But Indeedee should be able to take this out. We're trading Armarouge for it, but again, we're taking out 3 of their Pokemon, and they're down to their very last Pokemon at this point. So, I'm pretty okay with making that trade. I think that trade is really good for me. And especially if they bring in, like, the Beartic, for example, they don't have a spread move to hit me. So what I can actually do, I can go for Follow Me with Indeedee, plus going for a Strength Tap on Jumpluff, and make it so they guarantee die to my Gastrodon. So I'm going to do that probably. I think realistically that's my play. Works the same as if they bring in Dragonite here. They're going to go into Beartic, that's fine. Beartic's another mon I kind of want to try. I want to try it in Series 2. I've actually seen some teams doing well with it in Series 2. So it's a Pokemon I definitely want to make work. We're going to go for the Follow Me here, though. And we're going to try and redirect the Beartic in. And then from there, we're going to put it to sleep. And this should work out pretty well to just start taking out Beartic. Because what I could do after this, I can just go for Strength Tap spam plus Dazzling Gleam until it takes it out. And then Gastrodon can manage the rest. So at this point, we're really just weakening this Pokemon. So then it's fodder for the entire rest of my team, which is probably my best play in my opinion. Might be a bit overkill, but at the same time though, just in case of some weird coverage that Beartic gets that I'm forgetting, I don't really want to risk it. They're going to go for Liquidation here. Perfectly fine. Makes a lot of sense with the Rain Boost, obviously. They're going to go for Water aspects. And they're probably Terra Water on this Beartic too, if I had to guess. Regardless though, they're going to be asleep now. They're Life Orb Beartic, so they're on a timer already as it is. We're going to go for... I'm actually just going to go for Strength Sap. And then I'm going to go for Gleam. On the following turn, I'll probably end up U-turning into Gastrodon just to redirect. But at this point, yeah, Beartic is essentially fodder. Seeing that they are intent on clicking Liquidation, though, is pretty helpful. But we're going to drop their special attack and their physical attack just in case here. But Gleam should go off to probably do like a quarter. A little less than a quarter, but that's fine. We'll go for U-turn, and I'm going to go for Gleam here. And we'll bring in Gastrodon, and then Gastrodon should be able to pick it off at this point, guaranteed. And if they're going to go for Liquidation, again, we'll draw it in as well, boost their special attack even further, and make this even more of an overkill attack. So, they are going to be still asleep for one more turn. Perfect for us. This works out great. We are now going to bring in the Gastrodon. Meanwhile, Gleam should bring this into the yellow at least. And then the combination of these two should pick it off. Earth Power plus Gleam should be enough. Realistically as well, if I really cared, I could, I guess, go for any sort of Follow Me here. And Follow Me also works, but I don't really need to, in all honesty. We'll just go for Gleam, because Beartic shouldn't be able to take us out with a -1 hit. I highly doubt that it does. But yeah, they're essentially finished. Objectively speaking, they are finished. They can't really do anything to stop this, because 2 more Gleams takes this out as well. So we're pretty okay here. They're gonna go for, let's see, so they're gonna still be asleep. A little unfortunate for my opponent, I guess, just to not get an attack off, but again, didn't really matter. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe for more. Shoutouts to channel members, of course, being Josh AK Ultra Player, Mia, Zeke Zero, Matt O'Shea, Nox Nocturnal, Koemi, and Slade. Your guys' support is greatly appreciated, and if you want to become a channel member today, only a couple of dollars a month, and you get extra bonus videos every week. Until next time, though, I will see you guys later. Peace out.